Hello, and welcome to our pre event interview for Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Mexico. I'm here with Victor Salazar, who's the International COO of Trayecto. Victor, it's lovely to have you with us.
Thank you, Megan.
Victor, you'll be taken to the stage at ALSC Mexico on the panel Remodeling Mexico's Supply Chain for a New Era of Automotive Trade. What are your key priorities for Mexico's supply chain to ensure that it is future-proof and competitive?
That's a very, very good question, Megan. And I think there are several, but I have to pick from the standpoint of the transportation as a truck company in Mexico and also providing service in the cross-border. I think one of the main is we need to invest as a country, invest and improve all the infrastructure in terms of the roads, highways, ports, custom bridges that connects U.S. and Mexico, in order to improve the productivity and also to improve the safety and security of the people and also the cargo. I think those are one of the most important investments that we have to do. Also, how to take advantage of the new technology and digitalisation to improve the timing process for a lot of the methodologies and also the permits that we have to negotiate with the government or with the customs and speed that process. The other part has to be also with the age of the fleet in Mexico. We need to do something better in that area because right now we are almost in 20 years in average. The age of the fleet in Mexico is very old, and we need a better and more modern and also sustainable fleet in order to provide a better service in the complete supply chain.
Yeah, and this kind of ties into that, but what investments are needed to ensure that Mexico is successful in this competitive environment? Where should investments be focused? I know you spoke a little bit about the fleet, but anywhere else you think that we should focus those investments?
Yes, in connection with that last question, it has to be, again, in the infrastructure in Mexico. We have to deal with the legislative branch and also with the executive branch in order to get the right budget, in order to start to improve all the highways, roads, the ports, the bridge, the crossing bridge that is with US and Mexico, in order to improve that infrastructure. Because if not, there is a lot of jam traffic almost every day that just increase the timing. And in this world of the supply chain, timing is money, and we need to be very productive in order to reduce cost. So on one hand, I think it has to be in that part. In other topics is how to improve the tramitology with the government, how to reduce the bureaucracy. I think we have to take advantage again on the digitalisation and all that new technologies that we can have in order to be more transparent and more, let's say, safe at the same time, more productive, getting all the permits and all the needs that are when you are running or are flowing through the supply chain, not just domestic in Mexico, but also international.
Yeah, absolutely. And what challenges do you see in Mexico's supply chain, and how can they be overcome?
Okay, another good question. I think one of the main that we need to also focus on is on the safety and security in Mexico. I think we have to have a better understanding between the public and private initiatives in order to be safer, to have more secure roads, reduce the insecurity, and also to have a better technology on the toll roads. The tax that we use to cross all the toll roads, unfortunately, are not the last, let's say, the better technology. So we have a lot of congestions usually in the toll roads. So we have to invest in that particular part. And I think the last one is I mentioned about the age of the fleet in Mexico. So we need to regain a program for scrapping program for renew the fleet. It has to be a long term because 20 years in average is not easy to overcome, but we have to start with something and then be in the long term in that program in order to have a modern and more sustainable fleet that helps to reduce the footprint in the whole supply chain.
Yeah, definitely. And finally, what opportunities lie in Mexico's supply chain?
Uh, as we said always, is every challenge is an opportunity.
Yeah,
So, as I mentioned, all these challenges at the same time are opportunities. I think that the main one is how, if we overcome all these challenge in Mexico. Mexico has a unique position, not just geographical in America, but also the quality of the labor in Mexico, the passion that all the Mexican people do their work every single day, and the connection that we have with not just with Mexico, with other parts in the world via sea, land, ocean. So Mexico can be one of the most important and biggest hubs in terms of trade with not just with US and Canada, but also with other parts in the world. So I think that's a great opportunity, and how all this dynamic of the economy help us to have a better quality of life for all the people, and then have as we said, a virtual circle in Mexico, and at the same time still strengthen our supply chain.
yeah. Well, hopefully it will get there soon. Victor,
Hopefully.
thank you so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to seeing you on stage at ALSC Mexico very soon.
Thank you, Megan. Hopefully see you next Wednesday.
See you then.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.